Who is burning Russia from within, and how NATO is preparing to counteract the Kremlin's blackmail? This and other topics we will discuss right now during 30 minutes near this. This is our YouTube channel, War and Politics 24, and this is our one of the best political strategists, Mykhailo Sheitelman, and I am glad to see you, Michael, today again with us. Congratulations.
Yeah, good evening, Iryna.
We are truly glad to see you again, that you are back, that you are with us. So let's start. 124 transport aircraft burned out at Russian airbase. This is not the first case of powerful results of the partisan movements, and not only by them in Russia. Michael, how do you think, what factors influence the scaling of such partisan movements nowadays in Russian aggression federation?
Well, for me, the most interesting factor was that these aircrafts, which is called model of this aircraft is Tu-134, they exist till now because they produced, we started production of that, I mean Soviet Union, more than 60 years ago, and they stopped this production about 40 years ago. So the most modern of this fight, of this, this is not fight, this is rather carry aircraft is 40 years. So in Russian army, we have aircrafts of 40 years old, which says a lot about this second army in the world, let's say. But who distracted that? As our security forces proclaimed that this is our security forces. But how they did it, they usually, as I understand, usually they just pay for this partisan movement. This is not a partisan movement. This is not an ideological partisans, ideological Russian partisans who are against the war or for Ukraine or something. But our security forces, our intelligence services, they just connect somehow through telegraph or other messengers and offer the bounty, let's say, for disrupted aircrafts or for disrupted some helicopters, for example. So in this case also, I believe that our intelligence services, they paid some $500 per fighter jet or something like that. But this is good because, okay, anyway, we have the same result, and this is a better result when we should do it on the front line, because anyway, these fighters were used for Russian army.
And Michael, very interesting detail you told to us that really we see all the Russian aircrafts. We see a smaller and smaller number of these military aircraft, so we can say exactly that sanctions work, really.
Yes, exactly. First, if we are speaking about aircrafts, then per year Russia produces about 10 aircrafts of type Su-34 or Su anything else, and the other number only 10 per year. And we fallen down. I don't have any statistics, but this is, I believe it is more or less 30 or 40 during last year, which were fallen down, and some other amount which were distracted on the airfields with our rockets. So obviously Russia doesn't keep pace with production of these aircrafts because they don't have any chips for that. They have enough aluminum, I believe, but they don't have chips. They don't have enough electronics for that. Russia does not produce electronic devices for these fighters, for these jets. But this is only about jets. But as I understand from frontline, the guys from frontline who work with drones, for example, they said me that they just see it on frontline. They see physically that older and older machines came from Russian side, older and older tanks, older and older other vehicles, let's say, and Russians uses, for example, more and more bicycles and motorbikes instead of armed vehicles, because they don't have enough armed vehicles. This is also fact. And the same with artillery. Now we use artillery which was produced in 1940, 1950, and we could say it in 100% because we use another shells. This is not a modern shells of modern Russian army. This is shells which were produced till 1955 or something like that. So this is also very old technique and very old shells.
And we have already destroyed almost 400 different units of the Russian air fleet, different kinds of the aircrafts during full-scale war, according to the calculations of our General Staff of Ukrainian Army Forces. So we will work on these aims and targets and so on. But
but you know, Iryna, it looks like 100, 200 per year, but it is not true, because then on the beginning of the war, we fallen down more than now, because Russians, they now use it very careful,
yes,
and they don't cross front line on their jets, not like the beginning of the war.
Yes, they are afraid, and it's a good result too, you know, that they are more careful, as you notice, quite right. So we will move on, because the Russian defense minister moved to China. Andrei Belousov, Russian defense minister, is visiting this country. North Korean soldiers may take direct part in the war against Ukraine, the Washington Post says about it. How can and should the world resist this war of a united totalitarian alliance?
Yeah, these reports about North Korean forces, they were widespread during last half a year, I believe, after the visit of Mr. Putin to North Korea and signing the security agreement between North Korea and Russia. But we are speaking not about hundreds of thousands of military personnel. We are speaking about between 100 and 2,000. 2,000 is the top figure which were reported in different press and different other sources. The fact which we have that Ukrainian army killed 6 North Korean officers. But these officers, they were obviously some advisors. No, they not took part in the battle. But as far as reported in different worldwide press, is that between 1,000 to 2,000 military personnel of North Korea are trained inside Russia. They are not taking a part on the battlefield, but they are just trained inside Russia. Nobody knows which is the specialty of these forces. It could be, for example, some construction forces, not the fighters, but some constructors or something. Engineering forces. But anyway, what is important is symbolic status of these people. Yes. And for all the world, for all the Western world, it is very important. What we could remember when Iran sent missiles towards Russia, they sent only 200 missiles, 200, not 2,000, not 20,000, 200 missiles supplied to Russian army. And it was fact that, okay, now Iran transferred 200 missiles towards Russian army. And they didn't use that. Russian army did not use that, these 200 missiles. I believe, because White House, they informed Russians, then they will meet consequences in this case.
Because of it. But what consequences? New sanctions?
No. Sanctions, by the way, they received sanctions, I mean Iran, for these missiles anyway. from United States and from European Union. Just, I believe, for today or yesterday, European Union banned Iranian air companies like Iran Airways, etc. I mean, citizen airlines. But in this case of missiles, White House, they informed Russia that in case Russia uses these Iranian missiles against Ukraine, so White House will give a permission to Ukrainian army to use American rockets, American missiles deep into the Russian territory. This is it makes the difference. So we didn't see any one of Iranian missiles used in this war. It is the fact. Yeah, Russians will use North Korean missiles, but not Iranian. Probably we will see the same situation with North Korean soldiers. Some non-public reports from Russia says that Ministry of Defense, they have a strong command not to use North Korean soldiers close to frontline for not giving us our Ukrainian army to have them as prisoners of war, or at least to have a bodies of the dead corpse of dead North Korean soldiers, because it will be like 100% fact, yeah, that they have a part in this war. So we're afraid of this.
We are maybe we are afraid sometimes, but we know how to protect ourselves, and I think that North Korea will have consequences too, or maybe it will be effective to use sanctions against China, for example. It seems to me that China controls all this process, or no?
No, at least on the world political area, nobody could say, okay, let's take the sanctions, put the sanctions on China because North Korea make this and this or this. Yeah. No, nobody thinks this way. It means, yeah, we know that North Korea and China, they are allies, but nobody can say that Mr. Xi or China's Communist Party, they are rulers of North Korean people. That is not true.
Okay. And how do you think, for what Belarus came to ask to China from Xi Jinping or from other political leaders there?
Well, when we are speaking about this guy who is defense minister of Russian Federation, so obviously he came, the interesting moment is why he came to China these days, not in other days. And it could be connected to military trainings of China and of Western countries. Connected to China, last night China had a huge military training in the sea surrounding Taiwan.
Yep.
And this visit of Ministry of Defense of Russian Federation, it is something like signal to the Western countries that Russia will be on the side of China if China starts the military action against Taiwan. This is very, very important. And why? China has only 300 nuclear bombs, comparing to 5,000 or 6,000 of American nuclear bombs. So China does not have a balance with Western countries in nuclear weapon. But China plus Russia, they have this balance.
Yes.
So for China, Russia could be the nuclear umbrella for the case then China starts military operation against Taiwan. And this visit could be symbolic visit as allies, but openly Russia never will say that, okay, we will be allies of China in the military operation against Taiwan. But by this way, by this diplomatic way, they are ready to say that.
But can we say that nowadays China is also just playing with its muscles?
Yeah, but nowadays each country plays with its muscles, and we see simultaneously just today. Today is October 14th,
Yes.
and we have this situation in the sea around Taiwan, and we have this is not military training. This is almost start of war between North and South Korea, because in demilitarized zone, North Korean army, they destroys the roads which are connecting North and South Korea. This is also interesting. This is obviously military action, direct military action, not against the territory of South Korea, but against the peace process between North and South Korea, because this is the action inside, almost inside demilitarized zone. And third, but the most important, is the military training with nuclear weapon inside Europe. This is a military training, we are not using nuclear weapon itself, but this is a training of how to bring and to use American tactical nuclear weapon against Russia. And the countries who command these military games is Netherlands, Belgium, and Denmark, which are exactly the same states who gave Ukraine F-16
Yes, yes.
fighter jets. So it is the same countries. So why we have the same countries in these two lists? And the fact it is because, I believe it is because these three countries gave us F-16 because they received F-35, the new generation fighters, and they need to study how to work with these new generation fighters, how to connect this between in the new platform with nuclear weapon, and we should check, are we ready to make, how to say that, to strike back towards Russia if Russia starts nuclear war.
I like such forecast, but I don't like forecast that we see an escalation of the war. I understand. So between the two Koreas, really, it is the beginning of such escalation. And who can stop?
You know, on the celebration of New Year, North Korean leader Mr. In, he said that his goal is to start war against South Korea till 2030 and to destroy South Korea. And his policy towards South Korea obviously changed in less than a decade, in the last couple of years. This time they destroy roads, which is physical objects who connects North and South Korea. But last year they destroyed the monument. It was the monument of future reconnection of South and North Korea, future reunited Korea, let's say.
Yeah.
And this monument was built by the grandfather of current ruler of North Korea. So his grandfather and the establisher of North Korea, Mr. Kim Il-sung, his dream was to see united Korea on the Korean Peninsula. And now his grandson, Mr. In, does not have this dream. He has a dream to destroy South Korea. This is a huge difference. And this is his politics, yeah. And we are not sure that nobody could guess or bet that he will not start the full-scale war against South Korea. It is very easy to start this war because they have just 40 kilometers or less till Seoul, the main city of South Korea, the city of 25 million people. This is the range of artillery. This is the range of artillery, of Northern Korean artillery. So if they start, it will never finish. It will never finish in let's say, with days. It will last years, like our war.
Yes, dangerous risks, but we must realize it too. So, Michael, Ramstein, with the participation of Biden and other presidents of allied countries, will not take place in the near future. And how bad is this for us, for our country, and for Russian-Ukrainian war on this period? And does it mean that we should not count on different decisive new decisions from our allies before the US elections, or perhaps even after these elections, before the inauguration of new presidents on January 2025?
No, we could see the indication this week on Friday. Friday is the key day of this week, yeah. Because on Friday, as far as I know, President Biden will come to Georgia and will meet the president, Germany. Sorry, Germany. And he will meet Mr. President of Germany, Mr. Steinmeier, and he will meet the Chancellor of Germany. And obviously this visit come instead of cancelled visit last week.
Really?
Yeah.
But instead of Ramstein?
No, but there will be no Ramstein meeting. There will be no Ramstein meeting because the plan of this special Ramstein meeting was that the head of states, not only Mr. Biden, but head of most Western allies of Ukraine will take a part in this Ramstein. It was planned as very special Ramstein, very symbolic and very special. Obviously, during 1 week, you can't organize it again, because each one of these leaders, of Britain leader, of French leader, they have their own plan, and Italy leader also. So last week, what did Mr. Zelensky? He didn't cancel his visit to Europe after we heard the news that Mr. Biden canceled this visit. But Mr. Zelensky made some round trip and met all the most important allies in Western Europe, with French president, with British prime minister, Italian prime minister, and German chancellor. So generally, we have some consolidated position, consolidated European position around the plan of victory plan by Mr. Zelensky. So the final meeting should be a meeting between Zelensky and Biden. And the question is it planned for Friday or not? This is the only chance. Because our, let's say, common sense says, okay, when we have consolidated position of Ukraine and Europe, so it is the time to come to Mr. Biden and to approve it by Mr. Biden, or not to approve it by Mr. Biden, but at least to make the decision about this victory plan. So on Friday, it will be October 18. We will see if we have any chance for a new American and European policy before general election in US, or we not have, and we should just wait for November 5th.
Okay, so we will wait for this Friday. We will discuss on Monday with you on next Monday, and we'll watch very detailed. Our victory plan, how do you think our allies believe in it, and do they believe in our winner in general nowadays?
This victory plan, as Mr. Zelensky said in his speech it was on Sunday, I believe. He said it on the meeting in Germany with Chancellor Scholz. Yeah. He said that this victory plan, it is just a bridge towards new peace summit. So this is not the plan to destroy Russia, totally destroy it. This is the plan how to increase the chances for the peace, for the second peace summit with the participation of Russia, for example. So this is not a final plan. This is just, I believe, we hope that this week we also will see general public will see what is the plan consist of. Yeah. But obviously, this is not a plan of just one huge victory for yeah. This is a plan how to press Russia by military way, to press Russia to take a part on peace summit, and to take a part on peace summit which would be built around the rules of this world, around the rules of United Nations, around the territorial integrity of Ukraine. That is the victory plan.
Zelensky also reported that Russia can be forced to peace by force and pressure, as you, Michael, noticed too. So it concludes strikes on the territory of Russia, about victories on our battlefield. What are the factors?
Other factors are economical factors, sanctions, because we have plenty of opportunities. I mean, Western world has plenty of opportunities of new sanctions, and also in existing fields and also in new fields like nuclear sphere. I mean, production of nuclear electricity, nuclear energy, and in space, for example, etc., etc., etc. And also political pressure on some people. Okay, we have a International Criminal Court in Hague, but only 6 Russian citizens they have a case in Hague, yeah. But we have more than 100,000 criminal cases about Russian criminal actions inside Ukraine. So it could be more and more pressure. For example, Mr. Lavrov, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Russian Federation, he is still not wanted by Hague Criminal Court.
Yes.
And this is just one example. We could bring tens or dozens of these examples. I mean, only in the highest level of Russian management.
Okay, Michael, thank you very much. Thank you for this conversation. Today I say you thank you, and every day too. See you soon. Keep yourself safety. Goodbye.
Thank you, Aaron. Bye.
Mykhailo Sheitelman, political strategist, was with us and with me, Iryna Uzlova, my name. Thank you for watching, dears. We will wait for you after 1 week, so subscribe to our YouTube channels. Believe in yourself and in Ukrainian forces. We will win, I promise.